I would like to welcome these subscribers on the DVTR Debunking the Right channel. If you'd like to become a subscriber so you can be notified of all of DVTR's newest videos, please hit the red subscribe button, the notification bell, and select all. Here's another takedown of Candace Owens on the Joe Rogan show by Secular Talk and me, DTRV.
Right-wing commentator Candace Owens went on Joe Rogan's podcast and proceeded to make all thinking people want to shove their head in a meat grinder when she spoke about climate change.
I fell victim to the idea that, like, it was progress. We have to care about the environment. It was progress. And it's like, no, like, we've been losing. America has been losing. And Donald Trump understood that in a way that I didn't. And
you
I
don't
thought,
think we have to care about the environment? Like,
no, not even a little bit. Like,
not even a little bit?
No. Okay, let me clarify this. I don't throw trash on the ground. Like, okay. I'm not saying, like, we need to, like, trash the environment. Like, but do I believe in climate change? No.
You don't. Candace, are you high? Are you high? Seriously? You look like you're high. Like, I mean, like, are you trying to kiss up to Joe Rogan or what? But there's just something funny about this interview.
Don't believe in climate change.
Well, I think the climate always changes, I guess, especially. Do I believe that this is, like, an issue that is being, that is global warming, which they've changed conveniently. They got rid of the word when scientists started disproving it. Now they only say climate change. No, I think that was just a way to extract dollars from Americans. I don't at all believe. They had no actionable plan. It was great for Trump to get out of that deal. It was terrible.
Okay, but this is an incredibly complicated subject.
Right.
And if you would have to talk to a bunch of different scientists and see how they gather data and see what they understand about CO2 levels and what's the danger of them and what can combat it and what could not. Have you done all this? Or do you take this flippant opinion based on the party line?
This wouldn't be the hill I died on, right? But it's not about party. I just genuinely, I've read a ton about it, but I would not be able to come to you and say, like, this is my strong opinion. But here's, like, the easiest way to say this, right? Okay. The fact that there is a disparity in the science community about whether or not it's real is enough to.
It's very little disparity. But most scientists, the vast majority agree that human beings are negatively affecting climate change.
Yeah.
The vast majority.
Yeah, I just don't think so.
So you think that the very few scientists that disagree with the consensus are the ones that are correct. In 2014, the vast majority, 87% of scientists, said that human activity is driving global warming, yet only half the American public ascribe to that view. So
what website is
87%, and this is
Scientific American.
Yeah.
Yeah, .com though, like, because that means it's making money. I don't trust that. If it was a .org, I would probably take that. But this is just a random website, and
well,
I don't
Scientific
trust
American is not necessarily a random website.
Yeah.
Folks, that guy just cut it right there. She can't trust the website because it's making money. You make money being a political commentator. You make money talking about how transgender people are sick. You make money saying women who don't want to have kids, there's something wrong with them. That's allegedly, that's what you said. But I know this is definitely what you said about black people. You said that slavery, right after slavery, that first 100 years is better than today because of socialism. You make money off those things, Candace. Why should we trust you? And yes, all you Candace Owens fans, you tell me why I should trust her. She's making money off it.
I don't believe this, like, at all, just so you know.
You don't believe it, like, at all?
I genuinely don't believe it. I know you do, but I genuinely don't believe it.
I believe most of the time the consensus of scientists that are studying the data.
Right.
And so what they're doing is
But do you remember all of the stories that came out about the scientists that said that when they tried to present their evidence to show, like, they were basically just getting shut down at every corner? You can pull that up too. Like, scientists who look up the opposite, right? Instead of looking for what you're searching for, look for what you're not looking for.
I didn't search for it. That's what I found when I searched it.
Sorry.
Yeah,
yeah, look up.
But this is my question. Yeah. Why are you so sure? This is an extremely complicated subject.
And it is. I said I am not so sure that I would die on the hill for it. The one thing you always find with me is I'll never pretend to be so educated on something. Like, I'm not going on college campuses talking about global warming. I don't do that.
Right, but why are you saying that you don't think it exists?
I don't know. Maybe because it got because it got so politicized.
Studies into scientific agreement on human-caused global warming. And look at all the studies. It's between 100% and 91% at the lowest. 91% of one of the studies from 2014.
This is the Union of Concerned Scientists.
Yeah, they almost. It's a pretty broad consensus.
Who are they polling? Is it the people that are a part of this?
That's a good question.
That's what I'm asking.
10,306 scientists to confirm over 97% of climate scientists agree, and over 97% of the scientific articles find that global warming is real and largely caused by humans. Right. So my question to you is, if you want to step outside of the scientific consensus, which is vast and involves 10,306 scientists, and just say, I don't believe in it, even if you're right, Even if you're right, you don't have enough information to say that.
Right. No,
you might be
but that's why I
correct,
said that's the
but
whole
you're
point.
saying you don't believe it.
I don't. Yeah, I would have to have someone sit down and convince me that it was real. I personally don't believe it. That's okay.
But why?
It's good to start at a place of not believing something.
No, it's not.
You think you should start with believing everything?
No, it's not believe either or. Not believe yes, not believe no.
Yeah.
But don't say you don't believe.
Yeah.
Now listen to Secular Talk respond to Candace Owens' accusation that the science has been politicized.
Who? By who? By who? You're politicizing. Right now, you're in the middle of politicizing it as you decry the politicization, did I say that word right, of science. You know, and then what a weird distinction of like, listen, I'm not an expert on this, so I wouldn't go around and give speeches on college campuses about how climate change isn't real. But you're on a podcast where millions of people are listening, and you said that it's not real. So what do you mean? What a weird distinction. Like, no, it is not my position that climate change isn't real if I was speaking on college campuses, but it is my position on a podcast where millions of people are listening. That's the same thing, because you're communicating this idea to so many people. And, you know, Joe Rogan is being a lot nicer about it than I would be, because my position is very simple. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an expert. Joe Rogan is not a scientist. Joe Rogan is not an expert. Candace Owens is not a scientist. Candace Owens is not an expert. But the scientists, of course, by definition, are experts on this, and they all seem to have the same goddamn opinion. But beyond that, the tiny fringe, the smidge of scientists that don't have that opinion, they are the ones who happen to be funded by the fossil fuel industry and all of these industries that have a vested interest in denying the existence of climate change.
Thank you, Kyle, from Secular Talk, for your wise wisdom. And this is another reason why the Candace Owens Secular Talk debate needs to happen. If you enjoyed this video and support progressives like the Young Turks, Secular Talk, David Pac-Man, Vosh, please visit the Debunk The Right channel, where there are over 75 videos which debunk right-wing nonsense from the likes of Officer Tatum, Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, and the loudmouth of Crowder, Steven Crowder. You can access this channel by either hitting the channel icon below this vid or clicking the link in the pinned comment in the comments section. Folks, to ensure the right people are targeted for my video, I have to deliver this message to the YouTube algorithm. Let me read this letter. This following message is to ensure those who agree with the political content of this video are targeted by the YouTube algorithm. This video is created to appeal to a leftist audience, a leftist progressive audience, who believe climate change is a reality and support measures to weaken its impact. In addition, this liberal audience agrees with commentators with pro-environmental stances like Joe Rogan, Secular Talk, TYT the Young Turks, and politicians who support the Green New Deal like AOC Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie Sanders.